What's up, man? I want to send my condolences out to Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker and his family. There's a report out there that he passed away. I guess they said he got hit by a car. And one of the best, defensive fighters, one of the great fighters of, in boxing history. I believe he won titles in 3 or 4 different weight classes. He won. He was one of those members of that really good Olympic team in '84. They had Holyfield on it and then some other guys on it. Pernell Whitaker was a great defensive fighter, probably the one of the top, 1 of 5, defensive fighters of all times, up there with, um, you know, um, Floyd, up there with James Toney. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, Pernell Whitaker was one of my favorite fighters when I was growing up. The first fight I seen Pernell Whitaker in, I believe I was over my grandmother's house and my uncle was looking at. I believe he was fighting James Buddy McGirt, but I wasn't even into boxing. I wasn't even in boxing. Boxing wasn't even my favorite sports. I was just look at it in passing. You know what I'm saying? Looking at it like if one of my uncles look at it, if I'm over their house, I'll sit down and watch it. But I really wasn't into it. I really became a Pernell Whitaker fan when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez, and he got robbed in Texas. Everybody know that was a robbery. He beat the crap out of Julio Cesar Chavez. Now Chavez went on to lose against that one guy, Frankie Randall. A couple fights after that, or a fight after that, somewhere up in there. But Pernell Whitaker was the first man to really beat Chavez Senior. Chavez Senior knows it. Everybody knows it. And then when I remember Pernell Whitaker fought De La Hoya, that was an iffy fight. It was close, but the fight was so hard to judge because neither of the fighters really came in there and landed a lot of punches on each other. Pernell Whitaker, I believe Pernell Whitaker was a champion. If I'm not mistaken, Pernell Whitaker was a champion. Pernell Whitaker at that time was pound for pound #1. Pernell Whitaker only had one loss at that time. He had lost to that one guy that he had rematched and beat him. It was some guy that had 100 wins, but he had rematched and beat the guy. But he had some good fights versus James Buddy McGirt. I believe he fought Roger Mayweather. He fought Tito Trinidad was the only fighter who I thought really he lost to, and that was after he came from I believe a year or two out the ring. He had some substance abuse problems. Came back and fought Tito Trinidad. That's the only fight I really thought he lost. I know he lost his last fight when he retired on his stool. At that point, Pernell Whitaker was done. But yeah, man, Rip Pernell Whitaker. Hey, everybody need to go look at Blood Boxing. He got a series of Pernell Whitaker. I believe he did it like last month. You know what I'm saying? It's ironic that he did it. You know what I'm saying? That he did it already. But y'all need to go look at that series. He had, it's a good, kind of like documentary type thing about Pernell Whitaker's career. That's Blood Boxing channel, y'all. But I'm out, y'all.